Welcome back to the Vendetta Sports Media YouTube channel. We are the Draft Busters. My name is Garrett Burrows. Join me down there on the bottom of your screen every single time. The other half of the Draft Busters, that is Chickster. You saw the thumbnail. We're taking over the defending back-to-back Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. First off, I want to check in with Chickster, though. Chickster, how are you doing?
I hate the Chiefs.
That's valid. All right. I don't think there's anything more to be said. We're just going to
We're just doing this as a formality. We just got to do our due diligence, and we will I'll do my best to help the Chiefs. And oh my god, I just felt like gagging the entire time I just said that sentence. But
I don't think you can take either one of these, to be honest.
No, you really can't. All right.
So I've seen a couple of things scouring the interwebs. It seems like the no-brainer biggest need for the Chiefs is still wide receiver. Like that should be the end-all be-all position. However, I think they could use an upgraded offensive tackle as well. Like this offensive line is serviceable, but the tackles are not very good. Like we saw the tackle all year long, fucking flags here, there, and everywhere. So I'd be tempted to potentially taking an offensive lineman at the top of this. At the top
I
of the
thought
draft
we were taking
too.
Joe Milton.
We talked about that off stream, Alex. It's supposed to be a joke.
My bad.
Supposed to be a joke.
I thought we were being for real.
Read the room. We're being fettuccine.
Okay. I mean, I guess I don't really want to help him out too much. You know what I'm saying?
So
I really think they do need a wide receiver, though.
Yes, I agree.
Like I think
that
they can live with the offensive tackle, but I don't think they could live without. Like Rashee Rice was the only wide receiver worth mentioning, and then with his whole legal shit, you don't even know if he's going to be there. So
he's likely facing some sort of multi-game suspension. I'm pretty confident he plays next year, but I would be amazed if he played in the first 6 games of the year next year.
So is your thinking let's go offensive tackle and then get a wide receiver because it's a little bit deeper of a class? Is that
I just think that both of these position groups are stacked. That's not up for debate. I think everybody with 4 eyes like us knows that. I think it's about who makes the bigger impact at this pick. And for me, it'd be nice to fill the old Tyreek Hill hole with someone like Xavier Worthy, who flew at the combine, right? Obviously fastest 40 ever. Or you could go offensive tackle, which one of the highest ones on both of our boards, and the offensive tackle 1 on Trey's board is Kingsley out of BYU. But a fun little third option here that I don't think people are really talking about. If he's still on the board at 32, I think Ladd McConkey is really, really tempting as the bona fide slot guy in Kansas City.
I'm not having fun. This sucks. Can we just have the Chiefs lose? Isn't that just shouldn't that be an option?
That should be an option, I feel
like. Well, and I think what's not talked about enough, and I really didn't even myself, you really just don't think about it because the Chiefs are winning, right? They won back-to-back Super Bowls. Veach is not a very good GM. He
has not done a very good job. So he has done a really good job on defense. The defense has done an exceptional job building over the last 2 or 3 years. And I said going into the year that this was going to be a top 10 unit, and they ended up being a top 10 unit.
10. I don't know about top 10, but
well, I mean, statistically speaking, they are a top 10 unit. This
unit is stats.
The unit is good, whether people want to admit it or not. I will agree, though, that Veach has done a really poor job surrounding, arguably, I don't know, the best player in football with talent. That's no dig at Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice turned out to be he's a good receiver.
But in the first round, they took Edwards-Helaire. They took who'd they take?
They've also taken George Karlaftis in the first round as well, which he was a slow start, but he is finally starting to come around.
Bad. He's really
not bad. No.
No, but they took another wide. A lot of Rashee Rice is good. I like Rashee Rice. I liked Rashee Rice last year. That was one of my lower round guys that I actually kind of liked. But I mean, they just I don't know. You just kind of, it's just very,
I I
I feel
think
like
I think what would make a bigger impact on this team is going receiver first. Just because I feel like the fifth year option or receiver is going to be more valuable potentially than the fifth year option on an offensive tackle. And we're seeing that these receivers are getting paid. So if
so.
you could delay paying a receiver one more year, I think that's huge.
Okay, just for shits and giggles, what go to offensive tackle? See who would we would probably take Kingsley here, but if we didn't take Kingsley, could we get another offensive tackle at 64?
Rosengarten and Kieran are really good options at 64. I don't Rosengarten being there is huge. I don't think it's a massive reach to take Kieran in the second round.
Okay,
I don't.
and then we go to wide receiver. See, my thinking is I could see the Lad McConkey. I could see Xavier Worthy. I could see those. I but what I like 64. I think they could get like a Ricky Pearsall.
It's that is really tempting, but again, you are running that risk of well, if there's a run in the middle part of the second round in these receivers.
But I think if we get Kingsley now, and then we could get, I think the wide receiver class is deeper than the tackle class, and you're getting a fifth year option. Like we've already seen that the Chiefs can make it work with a fucking bums off the street like at wide receiver. But
Right.
like it's more important to me to keep him healthy. I could go either way though. I know it looks like if you scroll up on the scroll up on round one here for a minute. Like
Oh my God. Detroit took a quarterback in the first round.
all right, Detroit. So let's
Yikes.
see. Brian Thomas went sooner than I thought he was going to. Hey, look, we got Quinyon Mitchell.
That's huge.
Wow, where did Roman Dunze went 6 overall? Okay. Wow, there was a run on wide receivers. I don't know. I don't like these wide receivers here, except for Lad McConkey, because I've and as we talked about on the Buffalo Bills one, I like Lad McConkey at Buffalo, so I could definitely see that here too. But either way, we could either way.
I
I'm good.
I like the idea of getting Kingsley here and
Mhm.
taking our chance to get Ricky Pearsall in the second round. So we're gonna go ahead and turn in the card for Kingsley.
Protect our quarterback because he's made it work with less.
And Ricky Pearsall just went
Oh,
to
Troy,
Baltimore.
no shot he did.
He did. That is
What
true.
a fat bitch. Those Baltimore fucks. They don't even. All right.
So we don't like that for
Well,
sure.
well,
I don't even know that I like this, to be honest, either. We already have two-thirds
oh,
next year anyway.
eh.
Let's look at the board. Let's look at the board. That
Let's
really
see.
sucks.
Let's see.
Where
Yeah.
did Lad end up going? Lad went 45 to New Orleans. That's not bad.
We
Ricky
got
Pearsall just went, which is a bummer.
Franklin can
Troy
fly.
Franklin can absolutely fly. I think that might be our pick because
That might be. That might be.
he should fit the offense pretty well. He's going to be your slot guy as well because he's undersized in the sense that he doesn't have a ton of weight to him.
Yeah.
He could probably play outside if need be, but he probably fills the slot role pretty well.
He's gonna get bullied by an outside corner. Like you get some of these outside corners that have a little muscle on them. He's gonna get bullied by them. So
Right.
I could
I like
have
that.
yeah. Let's just get a guy that can fucking fly. And obviously that's worked out for them in years past.
Right.
Fucking hate Kansas City. It's a fifth.
Can we make that like a fifth this year? Okay, that works.
Mm. That's a long time. Can we give him like a seventh instead of that? Like 221? Oh yeah. No, you wanted it, you fat fuck.
So I do want to point something out.
All right.
I have learned recently because apparently I'm in the minority in this opinion. based off of the feedback that we've gotten in the Slack. Apparently, you can draft multiple of the same position back to back in one class because Trey has gotten rave reviews about building up front and taking multiple positions along the line. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I had a bit of an issue with Trey's Pittsburgh Steelers War Room video, which is available on the Minnesota Sports Media YouTube channel. Be sure to go watch that. Where he drafted 3 defensive tackles in 3 rounds after this team took Keanu Benton last year in what round? The
Second.
second round.
Oh, I knew that. It's only because you said it.
With how the board has fallen, I know that Kansas City just signed Chris Jones to this whopper of a deal. Holy hell kind of a deal.
Whopper.
But man, Braden Fisk still being here at 97 is an absolute steal. He has no right being here at 97. I think we already traded back once. We got a later round pick. I don't know that it's worth trading back again and running the risk of missing out on Braden Fisk.
Yeah, because he's pretty good. I ain't even gonna lie. He had a really good combine. Don't know if we can. I mean, it's one of their needs too. They need. I mean, like they do have Chris Jones, but like still, you know, obviously I don't know anything about defensive line because you need to draft 3 of them. You need to draft all the defensive tackles. I just don't know why he didn't take.
That's what I've learned.
I just don't know why he didn't take 7, like back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what I would have done. But what do I know?
Cam Hart is still on the board.
Cam Hart, okay. I just don't know why you didn't take McKinley Jackson. We just talked about taking all the fucking defensive tackles that we need.
Before I pressed the button to draft Braden Fisk, I was gonna say we do have the option to trade down 6. I personally like McKinley Jackson a lot. He's your bigger fat fuck freak who's going to be more of the traditional nose tackle and a run stuffer to complement Chris Jones, who has upside as a pass rusher. So that would have been an interesting dynamic there as well. But obviously, it's way too late for that. But I mean, shit. Why couldn't we just go back to back? If I've learned anything here through this pre-draft process, you can take multiple positions along the line.
All I've been told is I'm a fucking idiot. So, and then that I wear fucking pink headphones. That's all I've been told. What do they have at wide receiver? Just to tickle my fancy.
There are some good options here. These are 3 good options for this team to fit. Maybe less so on Cowling because we did draft Troy Franklin to fill the slot role. Javon Baker, or even I think Luke McCaffrey might fit this offense a little bit better if we wanted to double up on receiver.
See, I was gonna say Javon Baker. Just bro, like I just hate the Chiefs wide receiver room. Like if I'm a Chiefs
not
fan,
good.
And then you're talking about Rashee Rice is probably your best wide receiver, and he's got his shit going on. And then
and who knows what's going to go on with Justin Ross too. We're still waiting to see Justin Ross in a consistent basis on the field for the Chiefs.
Which he could be good. He could actually be really good. But
he should be very, very. He still has a high ceiling. Justin Ross still has a really high ceiling.
He just had his medical issues,
right?
So I don't know, like you seeing that how much Mahomes can do with less, like, and we can both say probably the defense and Patrick Mahomes is what kept the Chiefs winning. Like Kelsey even wasn't that good this year.
Especially so he turns it up in the playoffs, which he needed to. But the last 4 to 6 weeks of the regular season, it was a disappearing act for him.
Yeah.
He was just really nowhere to be found, but he did turn it up in the playoffs. So you are right.
Yeah. So
I don't hate going receiver here.
Do we go defensive tackle or do we go wide receiver? Okay, next pick is 149. So we won't get McKinley Jackson at that. If we go wide receiver, we may still get Javon Baker. But
here's my thought. Here's how I would like this to go.
You're cooking. Let's see it.
We go McKinley Jackson here.
Okay.
We follow that up at 149 by taking either of Javon Baker or Luke McCaffrey, pending they're there, of course. And then at 159, we hopefully can grab Javon Foster, the tackle out of Missouri.
All right, send it in. Let's go.
So we're gonna double up. We're gonna take defensive tackle,
Because apparently I'm a fucking idiot,
and
so I don't know
both the
anything.
receivers just went off the board because of course they did.
These fat bitches.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, shit, we're in a position where we could trade down, I suppose. We're picking
Yeah.
up like late picks though. Do we really even want those? I mean, I know it's shots on guys, but still.
Uh, I mean, like, well, what are you getting out of 249? I mean, I like that better.
All right,
I
we'll
mean,
just stay
I
put.
mean,
We'll just
really,
stay put.
yeah. Fuck you then. Whatever. Um,
Let's see. There's a name that's
wow.
flying up boards. How about
He
that?
he was in like the two like
He was
A's.
he was low. All right, we see you, Quantez.
Quantes.
Well, then I guess we could go ahead and pull the trigger on Javon Foster now and then
I
make a
would.
decision at 159.
I would. Let's just go ahead and get him.
Zach
That's just.
Zucker just off the board too.
Oh, Christian Jones just went to Miami. Good pick, Miami. A really good pick.
There's not really some wide receiver help here. So we're gonna sit tight at receiver. We did already address. We really have taken the trade philosophy and built along the lines because we've taken two offensive tackles and two defensive tackles.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, we're learning from Trey apparently.
I well, this is just gonna feed his ego, and like he needs any more ego in his life. Um, I don't know what to
We
do
have a
here
running
now.
back. Well,
Um,
Marshawn Lloyd is interesting. It takes some of the relief off of Pacheco.
yeah, let Pacheco be a little bit more of a run, and then like Marshawn Lloyd can be more of the receiving back. I could see that.
I don't.
I don't hate that, but I don't love it either. But there's just not anything on the board right now. It doesn't.
We should be able to take Liu Fao at 173, so we can hold off on him.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should be able to get him.
Don't even think about it.
I was just looking because we saw Stiggers fall. We saw Stiggers rise. I was curious to see if Joe Milton was falling, and he is. He's fallen to 194 on the Pro Football Network rankings.
I really don't know what to do here. I just keep scrolling, see if I see a name I like.
No,
I don't. Where's
Kamara's not
Kamara?
really a need. I mean, he could be like in your rotation, but
He might. I mean that. I mean, no one. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know. I think it's that or Liafu. Liafu. Foo foo foo. Because I just don't see anything else that tickles my fancy, really.
I would probably go Kamara before I go Liu Fao.
Okay. Let's just do that.
So then here we can get Liu Fao.
That works.
Perfect. And then this is our last pick, which if you guys have been following along, as per tradition, we take a fucky ass name. Let's just take Joe Milton.
No, we can't do that.
Why not?
Yeah, no.
I want to see who can throw the ball farther in camp.
That just does nothing.
It's a seventh round pick. It's not going to do much anyway.
Well, fuck ass people like Christopher Carter don't even like this tradition. What a fat bitch. That dude.
All right, give me a letter.
Have we done a Q? I feel like we've done a Q. What, that one right there? DeQuise Carter.
Here we go. Carter. All right, and we get a receiver. Nice. There you have it.
Yeah, there you go. Let's just load up on DeQuise Carter. DeQuise.
Right. There you have it. That's the class.
I hate how well we actually did.
I think this turned out pretty well. I'll be honest.
fucking hate Kansas City. Do you know how much I hate Kansas City?
I have a pretty decent idea. I'll be
You
honest.
think?
I
I
think so.
hate it. And we did good for them. Like, what good does this do?
I think I think Kingsley takes over
We,
one of the tackle spots in his rookie year. Franklin's an instant starter. Fisk and McKinley Jackson learn under the best defensive tackle in football, and Chris Jones. Like,
I think if we would have lucked out with like a Ricky Pearsall instead of Troy Franklin, or we would have got
this would be an A class.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're at a B plus. I think it's a high B plus though. But I can't.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
can
like
give
if
this
we
like an
got
88.
yeah, I feel like if we got a better wide receiver or maybe like doubled up on wide receiver that were really good, I think this would have been super nasty.
I
But
think if we were able to grab Luke McCaffrey at 130, was it 131 or 149?
it
Where
was
we
we were gonna do get McKinley Jackson and then at 149 get Luke McCaffrey or Javon Baker.
if we could have got yeah, I think because I think the original plan was McKinley, either Javon Baker or Luke McCaffrey, and then take Javon Foster at 159. I think that's what that is. I think
Yeah.
that would have pushed it to A or maybe even like an A plus kind of draft.
Yeah, that would have well, I don't know. Let's not get crazy. I
No,
just
I
I
genuinely
just hate
think that if that's how the plan would have fallen, this would have been a massive clash for them.
I just hate the Chiefs. I
I know.
just can't stand them.
It's
So
entirely
yeah,
valid.
there you go, Chiefs.
All right.
Fuck, I hope y'all
Some
lose.
some B pluses from the draft busters. You
Yeah.
guys though, you guys watching the video, sound off in the comments, give us your grades, let us know your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed already to the Vendetta Sports Media YouTube channel, please be sure to press that subscribe button, ring the bell so you don't miss any more uploads, like the
Yeah, Christopher
video,
Carter.
comment.
Don't miss any more episodes. I'll wear these shits every time. Go ahead. Don't miss any more. All right. Just want to make sure he's watching.
We'll see you next time.